We are here with Donnie Ferneau and Casey Copeland, and I'm going to be asking them a few questions today. So both of you guys own restaurants, and you're about to open one. Where is it located, and what is it about?
All right, so my new restaurant is in the East Village. It's over behind Heifer International. It's a new area, the town also known as Hanger Hill, but it's in an old paint factory, and Cromwell is moving in the back, side of the building. But the front 4,000 square feet, we're going to be doing a barbecue and fried chicken restaurant with donuts, pies, and biscuits opening this March.
That's cool. I like that. So it's called the Cat Heads Diner?
It's called Cat Heads Diner. Yes, and it's going to be set up more like old school Arkansas heritage style recipes, but just like I said, good barbecue and fried chicken. Can't go wrong with that. But it's like I said, we'll be open up this March.
That's cool. And Casey, you have a restaurant too.
I do. I don't actually own it, but I'm the executive chef and operations manager of the Avenue in Hot Springs, Arkansas, right across from the bathhouses, Bathhouse Row. We're in a 62-room boutique hotel called The Waters. We're freshly opened, a brand new place. It's my first restaurant from ground up that I hopefully helped design and all the works. So if you're ever in town, come check us out.
Okay. Now this question is, when you're choosing a potential employer, what do you look for?
Employee.
Yeah.
What do I look for? I look for honesty. I look for hard work, and most of all, punctuality. They have to be on time and they have to be dependable. So that means when they come to work ready. They come to work with knowledge of food. And so a deep training, a very thorough training with culinary arts is going to be a must because it's going to be a very busy restaurant, and we need them to understand food as a whole. And but going back to what you said, what you asked me, what do I look most? Honesty, punctuality, and dependability.
Casey?
The one big one, he covered the ones that I obviously would go for, but the one big one is that special key that they want to do this as a passion. The kind of food that I put out is very passionable plates, so the artistic ability that goes behind it. I need you to want to do this. I eat, sleep, and breathe food, so I need whoever I'm hiring to also feel the same way. It's going to benefit us as a team. So.
A specific example of what dependability would mean in your restaurant.
I feel like I've asked these questions before.
I don't remember.
And what dependability means to me, it means that whenever I say I have a large party going on, and I put you in charge of getting the mashed potatoes ready, I know that I can depend on you to get that product done in a timely manner. Dependability also coincides with punctuality. You have to be there on time, and you have to make it so I never have to worry about where you're going to be, because I know that I can depend on you getting your job done. That's dependability to me, so I can depend on you.
Casey?
Basically the same thing. If I ask you to be somewhere, or you're on the schedule to be somewhere, make sure you're there on time. I also want a little bit, when I go to dependability, the people I look for is that I don't have to ask you to do everything. I can depend on you to think outside the box, think ahead. I train you my knowledge, I teach you how I do things. I expect you to learn from that and to make your own adjustments to your life to make sure that you can do the same thing. I never want to just have to tell you how to do everything all the time. So at that point, dependability becomes a thing that you learn. So.
Yeah. What does a good work ethic mean to you guys?
Good work ethic. Always finding a task, never leaning, like no wasted movements. So like if you're going to walk back to the back of the kitchen, if you see there's a dish, take it back to the dishwasher. But good work ethic is showing to work on time, ready to work, and every single thing you do, you have commitment to getting it done. And so, sitting around looking at your cell phone all day and caring about how many likes you have on Instagram, that's not a good work ethic. But keeping your head down and plowing through and getting all of your work done, and then leaning once you clock out, You know,
What if they're your PR person?
Oh, they're your PR person? Then they're going to have a good work ethic playing with social media all day. Yeah, good work ethic. Stay on task.
Casey?
I mean, he's pretty much covering the basis. I mean, we think a lot. Me and Donnie's been in this industry a long time, and he's been in it a little bit longer than me. But you know, good work ethic. You always just want to be on task. You don't, like you said, if you see something, this drives me nuts. Is I got several workers, you know, that through the past that you'll see something on the floor and they'll just walk right past it. And you're like, hey, you know, I saw something over there. Well, why didn't you pick it up? Like, why do you have to come here and tell me? Why can't you just be the guy or the girl to pick it up and take it, you know, put it in the trash? And you know, that extends to everything you do. If you see something, take care of it. Don't wait for the next guy or the next girl. Just come do it. You know, so.
Versus time.
You guys own, and both of you guys have charity work that you guys do. What's yours all about?
I have the Inspire Foundation, which is new. I just started it last year, or this year. We're finishing up. We're actually going to do a dinner next month for the Attorney General. But it helps underprivileged kids in neighborhoods that are bright young students that really have the drive to be something. They just don't have the means to necessarily either take care of themselves or pay for it, you know, with their circumstances. So what we want to do is be there for them. We want to have the mentorships. We want to have support them with money and grants. We want to give them the tools necessary, the skills, provide. We want to furnish their books, you know, and just be there for them all around. We use this year to take them and use our connections as chefs to take them to the farms, Tanner Farms, and show them the ins and outs of the farm work, so how hard that family works to make sure that their produce grows correctly and that we have some of the best here in Arkansas. And then from there, we take them to the distribution centers like Benny Keith, let them see how that whole process goes and how much work those guys put into that stage or level of the food industry. And then from there, it goes to the restaurants and do competitions and things of that nature. In order to be successful, what we want to teach them overall is that it takes hard work and dedication to get that, and without that, you won't make it. So.
That's it. I mean, what Casey's doing is great, and he has one right now. I don't want to say unfortunately, but I've spread myself pretty thin these days, and right now, if I take all of the fundraisers that I work with and all of the specialty programs, I guess my main focus, just my core value, is making sure that everybody that normally can't feed themselves has a meal, and I guess feeding some of the children and feeding a lot of the less fortunate in my community is really what drives me. And you know, I don't really want to select, you know, just one charity, but you know, you've got the Arkansas Hunger Relief Alliance, you've got the, you know, Carti, you've got, I mean, the list goes on and on. March of Dimes,
No Kid Hungry.
yeah, No Kid Hungry. I mean, especially you've got Cooking Matters, all of those things. But I guess when it comes down to the core of it, I just want, as a chef, people that are hungry. That's just one thing I want to change. I don't like people going hungry, especially when I wear this white jacket.
Have you guys ever had an argument with a coworker?
Of course. It's impossible not to in this industry. Temperatures get flared, you work hard hours. Some days you go, you know, a whole week with, you know, under 20 hours of sleep. It happens. So, of course, your angers and frustrations will start to build up. But after the argument is what's most important. How do you move forward? How do you let that go? How do you brush it off your shoulders, come back, treat that person with respect, and just chalk it out to, you know, being frustrated in the beginning. So I always try to treat my guys with respect. But you know, I do get a little angry sometimes or frustrated. I want to tell them to, you know, they should have known to do this or do that. And of course they're upset, say, well, we had too much to do, you know, but you know, it's ifs, ands, and buts all about it. And just moving forward is what's most important after that, and to not hold grudges. Because we're all going to be mad at some point. We're going to have an argument, you know, but don't let it get any farther than that. Don't fist fighting or anything like that. So, yeah, like I said, just moving forward after that is the most important key.
And hopefully once you're done with the argument, you can learn from it. And so usually when people argue, if you go back and think about some of the best relationships and friendships you've ever had, for me, it's been a verbal argument in a kitchen when I was younger, and now those people I've argued with, we've learned about each other. We become closer from that argument. But as long as, if you argue with somebody and you can spin it into a positive and learn more about that person and maybe learn more about yourself, you can always learn from it. You don't want to just be arguing and then closed-minded about it. They obviously have a point as well. And so if they're arguing with me, they're usually wrong. So I have to figure that out and move forward from it.
Well, thank you guys for this interview.
Well, great.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys for helping out with Civitan today. We actually had an amazing time with you guys.
We
We
had
had
so
a
much
great
fun.
time to do it.
And hopefully you guys will be back soon,
For sure.
especially after the restaurant's open. And
It's
How
a
about
lot of
before?
work.
This is how I know that you haven't been in a kitchen yet. I hope that you're here a whole bunch once the restaurant opens. No, we disappear. Our wives at home, everything that happens, we're in that restaurant. So this is a career that we love. And right now my restaurant's not open, so I have more free time. But once we open, it looks like you're gonna
Your
have to come
social
to me.
life goes
Yeah.
out the door.
so
Yeah.
possibly we can actually do the interviews there.
Yeah, you could come see Casey at his hotel or come see me at the new restaurant. We could do interviews there.
Okay.
But yeah, if you, once the restaurant's open, you'll find me at the restaurant, and you'll find Casey at the hotel.
I'm in Hot Springs 24/7.
Yep.
Yeah, we made time for you.
Yes, for
So
sure.
yeah, this wasn't just us hanging out.
Thank
We
you,
wanted to make
guys.
sure your day was very special.
Thank you.